What if the key to a meaningful, successful life isn't locked inside some complicated philosophy, but hidden in the quiet wisdom passed down for generations? Simple words, ancient truths, and yet they strike deep. These timeless proverbs aren't just sayings, they are life's invisible rules, the kind that shape destinies if you dare to listen. Avoid the company of liars, but if you absolutely must be near them, never take their words at face value. A lie whispered with charm can do more damage than a shouted insult. Be cautious. Before you rush to fix the world, take 3 long, honest looks at your own home. Change begins at the doorstep of your own soul. How can we expect peace outside if there's chaos within? Learning is not a luxury. It's a treasure, a silent companion that walks beside you wherever you go, lighting paths you didn't even know existed. Guessing may be cheap, but a wrong guess, it can cost you everything. Don't gamble when you can seek truth. If you truly want your children to live in peace, allow them to face a little cold, a little hunger. Let them wrestle with discomfort. It teaches them strength, and strength builds peace. Come together as brothers, but work with the objectivity of strangers. Love without blindness, and cooperate without bias. This is how progress is made. The greatest poverty is not hunger or money. It is the lack of intelligence. Ignorance keeps the door to opportunity locked. The wisest among us are not those who never get hurt, but those who forgive. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the ultimate strength. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, the shame is mine. Remember that. In a book filled with many words, mistakes are inevitable. But in silence, truth often whispers louder. A closed mind is no better than a sealed book, lifeless, unreadable, just a block of wood. Keep your mind open always. The best answers come from those who speak without anger. Rage clouds reason. A married couple can speak thousands of things without saying a single word. The deepest connections are often wordless. A genuine smile isn't just a gesture, it's a life-extending elixir. 10 more years simply by smiling? Science may not confirm it, but the soul does. Impatience, even just a sliver of it, can ruin the most perfect plans. Sometimes, waiting is the smartest move you can make. Avoid anything that will require you to say, "I'm sorry." Prevention is always better than repair. You will know who your true friends are, not in your success, but in your struggle. Need reveals authenticity. Before you buy anything, ask your purse for permission. Financial wisdom begins with self-control. A secret, once spoken, takes wings like a dove. Once it leaves your lips, it may never return. The person who is his own master will rarely accept another's command. Independence has its price, and its pride. Put distance between yourself and anything dirty, whether it's trash, temptation, or toxic people. If speech is silver, then silence is gold. And sometimes, it's the silence that teaches us the most. Time is precious. An inch of gold cannot buy an inch of time. Once lost, it's gone forever. It's better to live in a humble cottage filled with laughter than in a grand palace drowned in sorrow. Blind belief is more dangerous than ignorance. It's better to have no book than to believe one without question. If you cannot offer someone a reward, at least offer them gratitude. Kindness costs nothing, but changes everything. Discipline your son while he is young, so you may walk beside him as a friend when he is grown. That is the art of parenting. There are only 2 kinds of perfect people in this world, those who are dead and those who haven't been born yet. Perfection is a myth. Old anger often begins with madness, but it always ends in regret. Let it go before it poisons you. A known mistake is easier to deal with than an unknown truth. At least when you know, you can change. Wishing alone will never make a poor man rich. Action is the currency of transformation. Those who talk the best aren't always the most interesting. True stories live in those who have lived deeply. The richest person isn't the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least. Contentment is the rarest wealth. Never forget, your commitment to succeed matters more than any outside circumstance. That inner fire, it's everything. Use the first half of the night to reflect on your own flaws. Use the second half to gently consider others. Genius often hides in simplicity. The most brilliant truths are the ones even a child can understand. Tomorrow will come, as long as you have patience today. Hold on, it's closer than you think. Before you enter a situation, always think of your exit. Wisdom plans ahead. Laugh, and the world may join you. Cry, and you'll likely cry alone. That's the bittersweet truth of human connection. If you dare to hold an opinion, Have the courage to defend it. Weak beliefs vanish like mist. It's better to walk alone than with the wrong people. Peace beats poisoned company. Fruit falls when it is ripe, but it never falls into your mouth. Even blessings require effort. Everything changes, and so must we. Fighting change is like shouting at the wind. A crisis? It's just an opportunity disguised as chaos. The winds may be dangerous, but they can carry you forward. To avoid being cheated, always compare. 3 shops, 3 prices. It's wisdom in action. Knowing isn't the hard part. Doing is. Execution separates the dreamers from the doers. Opening a shop is easy. Keeping it open, that's where the test begins. Small minds are obsessed with their size. Great minds, ironically, forget how great they are. The more people you know, the fewer you truly understand. Depth always beats quantity. Wealth crawls in like a turtle, but runs away like a gazelle. Handle it with care. Close the door that brings in the wind. Sometimes, peace comes when we simply stop letting noise in. When the stomach speaks, the mind often goes silent. Hunger is a ruthless distraction. Jealousy is a fire that only burns the one who holds it. Let it go. It's not worth the heat. Fear of abandonment is a feeling many carry silently. But instead of fearing rejection, we should examine the message, not merely the messenger. It's not who speaks, but what is said that truly matters. Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach him to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. This ancient wisdom reminds us that empowerment beats dependency, always. A clear conscience never fears a knock at midnight. When your heart is clean, no sound in the night can disturb your peace. It takes a real man to swallow an insult without retaliation. Pride can burn bridges, but humility builds them. He who cheats the earth will eventually be cheated by the earth. What you give, you receive, sooner or later. 100 honest no's hurt less than a single fake yes. Sincerity, even in refusal, is far kinder than deception in agreement. 2 good talkers can never equal the worth of 1 truly attentive listener. Listening is an art, and those who master it are rare. Visit rarely, and you will be cherished more. Presence gains power through absence. Lying is a disease, but the truth, it's the only cure. And yet, how many of us are brave enough to take that bitter medicine? Keeping a secret is more than silence. It's a promise, a sacred commitment. It's wiser to repair what you already have than to wait endlessly for what you wish for. Contentment is often found in what you already hold. He who digs a pit for his brother may be the first to fall in. Harm planned for others circles back like a boomerang. If you are charitable in spirit, then you are already rich. True wealth is measured in generosity, not gold. The saddest person isn't poor or alone, it's the one who lives in envy. Jealousy robs us of joy. A paradise without people is just an empty shell. Community is what gives heaven its meaning. Lovers do not stumble upon each other. They've always carried each other within. Destiny is not about finding, but remembering. No matter how tall a mountain may be, it can never block the sun. Challenges may rise, but light always finds a way through. A clever person transforms big problems into small ones, and small ones into none at all. Wisdom lies in resolution, not reaction. A man without a smiling face should not open a shop. A welcoming spirit is the first product every business must sell. He whose house is made of glass should never throw stones. Fragility hides behind arrogance. Forgetting is the plague of knowledge. What use is learning if it's lost in negligence? Do not postpone today's tasks for tomorrow. Procrastination is the thief of time. Solve one problem well, and you'll prevent 100 others from even forming. Do everything at the right time, and a single day will feel like 3. Timing multiplies value. If you want something deeply enough, that desire alone becomes its own path. Persistence changes fate. Learning is a treasure that adds no weight. You can carry it anywhere, without limit, without pain. Distant water won't quench a nearby fire. Help must be timely to be effective. Listening well is as powerful as speaking well, and often far more impactful in true conversation. Patience is a bitter plant, but its fruit is the sweetest. Growth always tastes better after waiting. The best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. The second best time? Today. Begin now. Even a single hair will fight back when cornered. Don't underestimate quiet strength. Speaking does not mean seeing. Words can deceive, but the eyes rarely lie. The house of a tyrant always crumbles. Power built on cruelty cannot stand long. It's better to avoid a mistake than to apologize for one. Prevention is the most invisible form of wisdom. The rope of a lie is short. Sooner or later, it breaks. Planning isn't just a step in life, it's half of living itself. Strategy gives direction. Give your friends your money, your time, even your blood, but never your explanations. True friends don't need them, and enemies won't believe them anyway. In haste, you'll find regret, but in patience and care, there is peace and safety. Falsehood may shine for an hour, but truth glows forever. Time always reveals reality. Be patient, and what you desire will come. Most things arrive just when you're ready. Beware the quiet, level-headed person. When they are angry, it shakes the ground. A divided house cannot stand. Unity is strength. Division is slow collapse. Silence can be the loudest approval. Words aren't always needed to speak agreement. The greatest danger is not aiming too high and missing, but aiming too low and succeeding. To truly know someone is not to recognize their face, but to understand their heart. Never trust a woman who has slept with your enemy. Some lines once crossed blur the truth forever. You'll never reach the other shore unless you dare to leave the safety of land. Every journey begins with risk. A needle is not sharp at both ends. Perfection in all things is a fantasy. A fall into a ditch can be a powerful teacher. Pain sharpens wisdom. Treat every person as if you're hosting them. Courtesy brings unseen blessings. Experience is the comb life hands you after you've gone bald. Lessons often come too late, but they come. A man who can't handle small misfortunes will never achieve great things. Endurance is built in adversity. No one gets everything they want. Desire has no ceiling, but life has limits. The wind blows where it wants, not where the ship wishes. Control is an illusion. Adaptation is survival. In the eyes of its mother, even a monkey is a gazelle. Love makes us blind to flaws. Opinion usually walks in before courage. We speak before we stand. If the wind blows, ride it. Don't fight the storm. Flow with it. Between two evils, choose the lesser. Perfection is rare. Wisdom chooses wisely, not ideally. Experimentation is the highest science. Progress is built by trying and failing, and trying again. Necessity is the mother of invention. What we need inspires what we create. If you look younger than your age, it may mean you've endured time's hardships with grace. The soul that remains light reflects on the skin. Determination is the key to all things. Even locked doors yield to relentless knocks. The fruit of silence is tranquility. Speak less, live more in peace. And arrogance? It's a weed that grows best in shallow soil. Pull it early before it roots deep. Don't judge a path before you've walked it. Appearances can deceive, but experience reveals the truth. Every step teaches something the eyes can't see. No matter how long the night, dawn will always come. Darkness never lasts forever. Hope is stitched into time itself. Don't promise when you're happy, don't reply when you're angry, and don't decide when you're sad. Emotions are loud, but wisdom whispers in silence. He who wants everything will lose everything. Desire without boundary becomes destruction. Kindness is a language the deaf can hear and the blind can see. It never needs translation, and it never goes to waste. Beware the flatterer. They decorate lies with flowers. Truth wears no perfume, but it lasts longer. When you point one finger, 3 others point back at you. Before blaming, consider your own faults. Even the smallest candle can push back the dark. Don't underestimate the power of small good deeds. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Words may pass, but wounds take time. To rise, sometimes we must fall. Failure isn't the end, it's the foundation of wisdom. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Success shared is success sustained. The one who kneels to help another stands tallest in the eyes of life. There is strength in compassion. Don't throw away the old bucket until you know the new one holds water. Value is proven in time. To speak is to plant. Your words become seeds. What you grow depends on how you speak. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. Hardship is part of the human experience. No one is exempt. The tongue has no bones, but it breaks hearts. Choose your words as if they're arrows. You can't pull them back. He who cannot endure the thorns should not crave the rose. Beauty often hides behind difficulty. Time heals what reason cannot. Patience is a silent doctor. Don't mistake movement for progress. A rocking horse moves, but it goes nowhere. Trust is built in drops and lost in buckets. Guard it carefully. He who walks in another's shadow never leaves his own mark. Dare to be different, even quietly. When the roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind. Inner strength grounds everything. Don't build a home on someone else's land. Dependence makes you a guest in your own life. Even lions must sleep. Strength without rest becomes weakness. Success whispers, but failure screams. Yet both teach equally well, if you're willing to listen. Don't be afraid of scars. They are proof you survived. They are your body's autobiography. He who keeps asking never stays lost. Questions are the lanterns of the curious. The road to peace is paved with restraint. Not everything needs a reaction. You may forget what someone said, but never how they made you feel. Emotional memory lingers longer than words. A river cuts through rock not by force, but by persistence. Keep flowing, even if progress feels slow. You can't calm the storm, so stop trying. Calm yourself. The storm will pass. The world gives its deepest lessons in silence. Sometimes, the quiet moments say the most. In the end, life is not about how many breaths we take, but about the moments that take our breath away. It's not measured by wealth, power, or fame, but by how well we loved, how deeply we listened, and how wisely we walked through the storms. These timeless lessons weren't written in books alone. They were carved into history through pain, failure, and growth. They are the whispers of generations past, calling us to live not louder, but better. So as you move forward in life, don't just collect quotes, live them. Let them shape your days, calm your storms, and sharpen your path. Speak less, love more. Judge less, understand more. And above all, remember, even in silence, there is wisdom. Even in stillness, there is strength. Because sometimes, the quietest truths are the ones that echo the loudest.